Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. For new people, for people who've been on before, my name is Suzanne Steele, and I am in New Hampshire on the East Coast. It is a rainy morning here. Hopefully some of you are experiencing some sunshine. I am going to turn on my light. So this morning's call is called Getting Started in NECAN. And we're going to go over a brief presentation, and then I'm going to ask a couple folks to jump in and share an experience or two they have had getting started in NECAN. So this great first picture shows us an option. At the bottom here it says learning the difference between good, better, and best. And it's a picture, if you're on the telephone, of someone who is standing at a beginning of a race in starting block. So I liken this presentation to 3 different options. There's more than that, but the good option is if you were about to start a race, you'd just be standing right at the starting line, standing up, maybe, you know, maybe in a little crouch position. That will get you going when that gun goes off. The better option is maybe you've now bent over and you have your fingers down at the starting line. So you have a little more momentum when that gun goes off. And then the best option is the picture that we see, someone who has starting blocks. They've adjusted their feet so that they get the best momentum out of the blocks. And all 3 of these options are great. And we're going to discuss different ways to get started in this business. So this next picture is a picture of stairs. And we start at the bottom. We all become customers. We get introduced to NECAN. The products that we have, they're amazing. They've changed many millions of people's lives. And for most people, they either have a health challenge or they want to maintain good health long term. And for me, for those of you who don't know my story, I was in need of some health, some better health. I probably would have never looked at this, the company or the products, if I had been totally healthy. So I'm very grateful that I did have the health challenge. I had broken my neck in a car accident, had a halo on for 3 months, and this is what I looked like. And it wasn't too terrible in the halo, but the problem started afterwards. I had a lot of issues. I hurt all the time. And fortunately for me, I had a friend who cared about me. And maybe your friend has invited you to be on this call this morning, or you've just started to take a look at NECAN and see whether or not this is going to fit for you. So my friend said, "Are you open to looking at something?" And those were the magic words for me. 19, almost 20 years later, I am still asking those words to people, asking if they are open. And that's how I got started. I ended up going to see what this was all about, experienced some of our products, got to experience our sleep system, and in a matter of days, actually that first night I felt better, but in about a week I was able to move normally in getting up out of bed. And so that caused me to take a deeper look. And so the next step is creating a personal group on this slide. So you start talking to other people about what NECAN is about, what the products have done for you. And that's what happened to me is I started sharing this with people because they said to me, "Wow, you're doing great." And some of those people become leaders. And that's just a natural progression. So that's our 3rd step. And this is a natural progression for people who are positive thinkers, who like to help others, perhaps want to work as part of a team. and all working together in a positive environment. And as part of that process, some people will continue on and start mentoring others. So that's what this picture shows. And oops, sometimes you end up like you're going backwards, but you really aren't. So you end up going up the steps. And some people don't go all the way to the top, and that's okay. It's where you want to go. So the next thing is planning for growth. Where do we start? That first step was happy customers. And this picture is showing 4 women who are out shopping, but men are just as likely to be avid shoppers too. And it's really finding and acquiring happy customers, people who naturally are looking for what we have. Now, a good analogy for business is that it's something that no one has, but everyone needs. It's priced to sell, and it's priced for profit. That's called the Harvard Rule of 4. And for me, I've always looked at that as something that this business is all about. So now we're going to go through those 3 different options. First is the good option. And you're going to see some similarities through this. You're going to see month 1. First, sign up to what we call auto ship and enjoy those discounted prices and find a few customers to generate at least 100 points in retail sales. And you'll earn some retail profit. As you can see in this good option, you're just standing at the starting line. You don't have a real hard focus. That next month, you have a little bit of a focus. Your goal is to find 5 new customers and generate at least 500 points in retail sales. And that means what we call in our business a quality enrollment. You'll earn more retail profits, and you'll get, as a thank you from Niken, what we call Niken reward points. And that's $25 that you can spend on Niken products. Month 3 in this 90-day plan is do what you just did in month 2. So you're going to find 5 new customers, generate those 500 points, and sponsor at least 1 or 2 people who see what you saw and they want to do the same thing. So again, this is the good option. Now we're going to go to the better option. So what does that look like? You'll see that first thing is signing up for our auto ship to be a product of the products. I've found that I didn't know what magnetics would do for my body. I didn't know what good water would be in my body, how that would help me. So I needed to continue to use different products, find out about how they worked for me and share them with other folks. So that's where the auto ship comes in. In this better option, you'll see that there's more of a focus right out of the gate. You're going to find 5 to 10 new customers and generate that 500 points in retail sales. You yourself will then become what we call a quality enrollment. You'll earn more retail profit, and right in that first month, you'll start getting a thank you $25 Niken reward points. And that you can use to get more product, to be able to experience and learn more. Second month, you're going to continue this focus of 5 to 10 new customers. Your retail sales volume now in your second month will be a little more. So you're going to focus on 1,000 points in retail sales. And in your second month, another goal that you'll be striving for is to find 3 people who want to do what you just did. Finding customers, sharing about this, and they too will have been customers because that's their foundation. By getting to the $1,000 in retail sales, you'll have earned $50 in Niken reward points. And now you'll see in month 3, 5 to 10 new customers again. You're going to generate those 1,500 in retail sales. So we're building each month in this better option. It's not a huge jump, but it's just a progressive increase. You're going to help those 3 people that started in your business last month to do what you just did. And in this case, you'll earn $75 this month in Niken reward points. And you will advance to what we call senior. And that's our first jump in our compensation plan. That means that not only are you being able to purchase products as a consultant, but you'll be getting back a 5% commission on all the sales that go through your business. So now our last slide of our 3 options is the best option. And this is likened to starting out of the blocks. So auto ship right out. I'm going to start with that, experience that. And then you're going to see this is quite a jump, but quite doable because you're going to plan to have 10 to 20 new customers for these 3 months in this option. And in your first month, you're going to generate at least 1,500 in retail sales. And part of this will naturally occur. You'll find 3 people that are customers in this first month that will want to do what you're doing. And part of this effort, it will be a focused effort, and it will be what we call an entrepreneurs club. And I'll show you a slide that explains that a little more, the next slide. But this first month, you'll earn $75 in Niken reward points, and you get another incentive bonus from completing that entrepreneurs club. You get $300, and you'll advance to our next level. So in this first month, instead of waiting until the 3rd month in the better option, you'll advance, you'll skip over senior, and you'll get to what we call executive. And this is where you get 10% back in commission volume on all your future purchases. Your second month, again, the 10 to 20 new customers, continuing with that 1,500 in retail sales. And you're going to help the 3 people that you found through this entrepreneur club to do what you just did. And you're going to help them start and complete an entrepreneur club, along with yourself doing a second one. And by doing all of those activities, you'll see that you're going to create more volume in your business. You're going to help a lot more people. And you'll have $75 in Niken reward points. Earn yourself another $300 for your entrepreneur club. And in your second month, you're going to get to what we call our rank of silver. And the names are not important, but what it means is that's where you'll maximize your income. You'll max out our plan from a 20% commission volume. So all your future purchases, you'll get back 20% on your purchases and customers. And what's really exciting to me is not only am I advancing as a silver, but I have 3 people now on my team that are earning money, and they're also reaching what we call executive. Now, another thing I've found with these wonderful products, because my Kenko light is on, is my cat loves it. So that's why she arrived. Month 3, you'll see that, again, 10 to 20 new customers, 1,500 in our retail sales. You're helping those 3 people duplicate again. So now you've taught 3 to reach 3 more. And you'll see that this just grows. You've helped those 3 people now reach that silver level. And by doing that, you've reached gold. And this gives you your $300 in your Entrepreneur Club incentive. It also gives you another $1,000 for another incentive called the Paragon Award. And you also qualify, you're in qualification for Team Kaizen. And that is an incredible achievement that right now, it started last year. There's only a few people that have reached that. So there's lots of room for others to attain that prestigious qualification. So to recap the good, better, and best, in the good, you've earned $50 in Nikken reward points. In the better option, you've earned $150 in Nikken reward points. And you've advanced to our senior, our first level, in month 3. And then in the best option, you've earned $225 in Nikken reward points. You've earned $900 in Entrepreneur Club incentives, a check for that, an additional $1,000 for the Paragon Award, and your progression in our compensation plan went from executive in your first month to silver in your second month and gold in your third month. Now, these figures are in addition to you will get an additional income, but those are just the incentives portion of your income, of your check from Nikken. So the beauty of this is you can switch which way you want to go. If you are not pleased with what you're getting out of your business, you can change to another activity level. Or if something happens in your life and you need to pull back a little, you can adjust and go back and forth if you need to. So I said a little while ago I had a slide to show you what the Entrepreneur Club looks like. And if you're on the phone, it's a picture of you with 3 people that all 4 of you are looking for 5 people or more and generating 1,500 points in each of your businesses. So that's what Entrepreneur Club looks like. And really, that's how I started my business. It was something that we needed to do in a week. I think the urgency is great. This is done in a way that you have the entire month. You don't need to take the whole month, but you have a month in which to do this. So it's a wonderful way to get in front of people. And you don't have to be face-to-face. You can be doing it just like we are this morning or in the evening, whatever works. You can use recording calls and then connect with people on the phone or person to person. So it really boils down to what works for you, because this is all about you. You need to figure out what your goals, dreams, family, and future is. You need to figure out what's the best way for you to start. And remember, don't let the little things that matter most be at the mercy of things that matter least. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of insight between different ways to get started. And just like you're running a race, it's better if you have a coach. And in our case, we have a team of coaches. We have live calls. And this slide just shows you the links where you can get live calls, the events, the schedule, and to be able to get into a call. What I do is I have a reminder on my phone at 5 o'clock in the morning. Not that I'm on a call at 5 a.m., but I have the link there every day so that I can just click on it and be connected to a live call if they're running one. They're great calls for gathering customers. And so all of these people that do these calls are coaches. But then as you go up those steps that we had at the beginning, you start being the people that are coaching other people through sharing your own stories. So I am going to stop sharing at this point. And what I would love to hear is from a couple of folks who can share their own personal stories. This is going to be just an unplanned input. So Barbara, I see you on the line. Barbara Bertucci, she's down in Florida. Would you be so kind to just jump on and share the benefit of getting started with a focus, with a plan of action? And I can unmute you, Barbara, or you can unmute yourself. Either way will work. Yeah. Okay.
I'm in my long johns.
Awesome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, getting launched, I'm trying to turn something else off over here. Two things at one time. It's, it's momentum. And there's some of the guys in our business do really, shared it really amazingly once. And that was, I believe they did 130 people in 1 month. It was just off the chart, out the chart. And another gentleman took the time to do it over a year versus doing it in the first 90 days. Mm-hmm. And it cost him $4 million. Now, I don't know where all that statistics come from, but I just think of, and sometimes, they talk about the runway and the plane, but I like to think of Fred Flintstone and you're putting your feet down and you're getting your little car going, and you got to get your car going. And every so often you can pick up your feet and glide a little bit, but you got to put your foot down and you got to do your little feet again in your car to keep it going. So I like that analogy.
That's a great analogy.
I like to it's interesting that I got on because I have a new gal that's starting and she's in the learning process. So she's, just kind of getting her feet wet. We have an event next Tuesday night, and then we have the launch, the product launch, which we don't really know anything about. But right. What I made up is that, so this is all made up, and we do that. You make up contests, you make up things. And so I made it up that there's going to be some contest for San Antonio. There'll be a product, right, coming out.
Yes.
But some contest for San Antonio. So if there's not one announced, I'm going to make one up. And anybody who gets there, I might pay their room night. One night of their room, I think, is the easiest way to try and figure out how to compensate, or give them $100 toward their trip, something like that, where they commit to buy their ticket or their 5-pack, of ticket getting. And then we also have a team group that anybody that gets 6 legs there, 6 different legs there, they win something and get recognized and share. So you kind of make it a contest. And I go on commercial, so now I'll go back to your question. Let's see. So the importance of getting launched is really to come up with your 100-name list, come up with your people, the pearls, right, of that name. And the 100-name list is really something you may start working off of, but it's a mindset that you've got over 100 people. There's something that happens when you just write it down and do it. I like to have people keep people 90 miles away on one list and then the other one close by. But there is something that occurs there, because if they don't do the 100-name list and they start sharing with Aunt Marge and their mom and their dad, and family is the toughest, guys. And just get that. They know you. They know that you're not healthy and a health nut and whatever they are, and that's where the ABCs come in so much, unless they really are challenged in some way. But if they don't do the 100-name list and they go to those people, they're like, well, if I can't do it with them, I'm never going to be able to do this business. And they don't realize that they're the hardest ones to get. And so there's something that happens there. So anyway, you can start off slow. Just know it's going to be, what is it Mike DiMuccio talks about? You wouldn't make pasta one noodle at a time. You know, you want to get people in the hopper. You want to get them started and kind of have a group, a little team happening. And so it gets excitement. It gets people together. They might have one at their home. You might have one, you know, and you alternate times and events, and different ones can come to different, you know, time slots. Like the, I know a lady, she's going to have one for me in the afternoon, on Sunday afternoon, versus a night. She's going to come to Tuesday night, but she doesn't really care to come to Tuesday night. You know what I mean? So her friends aren't going to come to Tuesday night. I said, well, when would you like it? And I talked about another day during the week, but some of them do have little grandkids, you know, take care of things and such. So we're going to look at Sunday afternoon. Not this week, but anyway, so did I answer it kind of, sort of, or?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Barbara. See, the beauty of this is you can just jump in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump to one other person, and this person is someone that I got to meet through this business, who I learned or I met through doing an entrepreneur club with one of my new people, who happened to be my aunt. So sometimes family works well and sometimes it doesn't. You just never know. The important thing is you have to ask. And it's better if you work as part of a team. So Nancy Lindblom, I see you there, also happens to be in Florida for the moment. Nancy, I know that when we started, working together as a team was an important part of this business. Have you found that that's been a big key for you throughout the business, and where are you now in engaging, re-engaging? What's happened for you?
Well, the key word is I'm re-engaging, and Orlando has done that for me. You and Ann introduced Nikan products 13 years ago. I started using, and by doing a rollout, she needed a body. She was doing a 21 club. She was just getting started. And I had no idea, why are they going to sell me Tupperware? What are they doing? So I ended up using the products, and I can tell you different things how I got hooked on the products. And then I was retiring from my business, my career. And I did take this as a business, and I went to silver. And then life got in the way. So I was on the call last week with the person that Maurice that stood in.
Maurice, yeah.
And he made me realize I've been treating this like a hobby. I'm now at a point that I want this business, and Orlando jump-started me. So I'm basically recharged, restarting, and starting from scratch. And I'm excited about the new way of doing the business. It's the way I've wanted to do it. We've always talked about from the heart, but it's not about, well, you want to do this business with me. No, you find a customer. I was late getting on the call because my roof was being washed, and I gave him my business card, and I did exactly what I do not do. And I just briefly gave him the business card because he was talking about the mold on the roof and all this and how unhealthy it is. And I'm saying, well, it was an opening line for me, and I've got somebody to talk to. That's my key. I haven't opened my mouth. Somebody will ask me what I have duct tape on. Oh, it just makes me feel better. Well, that's wrong. I mean, I've been shy about it, and it's taken me too many years. So that's it in a nutshell.
Awesome, Nancy. So it's about making a decision,
yes,
right? It's about making a decision. And, you can decide to not do anything, or you can decide to get started. And that's why this is called getting started, right? So,
sorry to interrupt, but you did say something that I was giggling about. Family, don't listen to them. I've done it. They've gotten free product for 13 years. They've got the water system. They've got the magnets. They've got everything. don't listen to them, and don't listen to your spouse. I mean, that's a big thing with me. My spouse is not giving me a hard time anymore because I'm just not listening to him. So he's, oh, you getting on a call? No problem. And it's been a problem. So
that goes to making that decision again, Nancy.
Yep.
And, you know, I usually share a quote, and in this case, I want to just share one that I've shared before.
Before you do your quote, hang on. You know, William Todd shared about the mentor program and the I Can, and it's open still till actually noon on Tuesday, but I'm telling my team midnight on Monday night to register. It's $1 a day. It's $90. The money actually goes toward paying someone that's helping us with more than just the I Can program. Marty Jeffrey and all the marketing that we're doing with the consultants and the shifting of the verbiage and the mindset. It actually needs to hit the paperwork as well. You know what I mean? Across the board. So he's helping us with that. Anyway, that is thementorinme.com. And you got to check off the I Can program. But I started it last week. It's Wednesday nights, East Coast time at 7:30 for a half hour. Awesome teamwork, awesome group. And I just wanted to underline that since it's still open.
Good point.
Are you on that? Are you taking that?
I signed up and got on the call on Wednesday.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, good, good, good.
Yes. Yes. And you know what stops us the most? Actually, I have a little quote here that's from Marty that I go through every day. It's in this little box down the bottom. So, when you're deep in your own thoughts, you're behind enemy lines. So, the key is to get those thoughts in the correct way so that you can propel yourself into the direction you want to go. And this is sort of like this, but you can turn it around. The most important words you'll ever hear are in your own voice. So make them a good bunch of words today and have an awesome day. Take care, everyone. I'm going to stop recording.